Yeah, you can unmute yourself if you have any question. Now, later, yesterday, 3 days back, we created one DSO, ADSO, to discuss characteristic relationships based on transaction data. What we discussed, let's say cost element and cost centers are there. We want to discuss how these cost elements and cost centers master data or transaction data can be linked, because cost element and cost centers, they are not, cost element is not part of cost center master data. Cost center is not part of cost element master data. Both are separate. So I can derive the characteristic relationship based on transaction data only. Already, let's say actual data posted for cost center and cost element. Based on that, I can get the combination. This is called transaction data combination. For that, what we did, we created one DSO. In the DSO, we added cost center, cost element combination. Let's see how the DSO looks like. In the previous session, when we were loading, we got some issues, but those are not issues. After I waited 5 minutes, then it's loaded. So some timing issue, that's it. Let's go to the list cube. Super. Is very
Corinne?
Yeah.
Wait till ERP sent me an invoice and they changed the price on me. And they agreed. I talked to the boss over there, Syncra, and he said he was going to charge me 50. Now they raised the price to 75.
No, you tell me my name, they have to provide.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. హలో సార్ బీపీసీ 11 ఎందుకు సర్వర్ డౌన్ ఉంది? శ్రీకాంత్ గారు, నేను కిరణ్. బీపీసీ 11 సర్వర్ డౌన్ ఉంది ఎందుకు? హలో హలో వినిపిస్తుందా? బీపీసీ 11 సర్వర్ డౌన్ సార్. చార్ట్ లో రాస్తున్నాను చూడండి. హలో ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాను నేను. మొన్న 10 minutes అన్నా. ఓకే. Okay. So let's go to another topic which we can discuss. This characteristic relationship based on DSO. We'll keep it till the server is available. Now, once this topic is completed, we are going to discuss AMDP, ABAP Managed Database Procedure. AMDP, ABAP Managed Database Procedure. What are these ABAP Managed Database Procedures? For example, we have Fox formula. We have Fox formula. What we do with Fox formula? We calculate. These are used to calculate, for the calculation. Sometimes, what happens, using this Fox formula, you cannot implement the logic. Because it's complex logic, or so it involves some more systems from SAP systems rather from non-SAP systems. It becomes complex. Fox formula cannot be written. Then we go for ABAP managed database procedure. What is the use of this ABAP managed database procedures? So basically, you can perform complex calculations. Why they call it as ABAP managed database procedures? Basically, most of you know, in HANA, there are some procedures. Earlier, when they introduced HANA, in HANA calculations can be written in procedures. Now, with the latest technology, what they did, these procedures can be called using class and methods, ABAP classes and methods. HANA procedures, they integrated with ABAP class and methods. Using ABAP class and methods, you can write these procedures, and which will perform in the HANA database. Now, what you have to do ABAP managed database procedures in order to write this ABAP managed database procedures. For example, you have HANA database. So now I am in HANA. Let's say this is HANA. In HANA database, I have tables. For everything. Let's say whatever data I am using for the calculation, all the data is available in this table. Whatever tables you have here. Now, from this table, we need data on what basis? We have one aggregation level. Let's say aggregation level is having 5 characteristics, 2 key figures. We need data from these tables only for 5 characteristics and 2 key figures. Not required. We don't need all the data from those tables. Whatever we need for the calculations, only we take that data. So, in the HANA database, you need to create a table type. There is something called table type based on aggregation level. You need to create a table type based on aggregation. This is another activity you have to perform. Tables and table type based on aggregation. Now, where to write the coding, right? If you see the course code, yesterday I sent you the course code. If you see the course code, BPC 450, they have given a good example where they are writing writing some sample code in the HANA itself, procedure. They are writing some procedure in the HANA itself for the example they are giving. Actually, what we do, we will create one ABAP program. So next thing happens in BW system. This is HANA database. Now something happens in BW system. In the BW system, create one class and methods to perform the calculation. See here, when it is perform the calculation based on here only you can write the procedure. When it is perform the calculation, it can take the tables and table types from the HANA database based on the procedure, whatever you are writing in it. Now, whatever class is there here, that is linked to function type, right? This class is linked to function type, planning function type. What do you call? That is also part of BW only, planning function type. For example, what is planning function type? Earlier, if you remember, when you write a planning function, copy planning function is based on 0 RSPL underscore copy. Planning function type for copy is 0 RSPL underscore copy. You can see this planning function type. So, planning function type linked to the class. And on top of planning function type, I can create a planning function. Now, this planning function, I can write a planning function using RS plan. That planning function calls planning function type. The planning function type links to class and methods. Class and methods will have a procedure. That procedure will take HANA tables and aggregation based on the table.
Corinne, can you please define class again? I understand methods to perform, but the class, can you please redefine that? Class? What is meant by class?
See, in ABAP, you can write programs, ABAP OOPS, right? So when they write the program, like we have environment, they have classes and methods. We have environment and models, they call it as class and methods. So class is a program, total program will be written under class. Under class, you can have some sub-programs, all these things. These are technical things. So no need to understand what is class and method. We are not going to write. We just give the logic they are going to write. This class and methods only ABAPer can understand. For us, it will be difficult to understand. Even I don't know the exact meaning of class, or exact meaning of right. This is the overall functionality system is going to perform. Yesterday, I shared with you one document. Let me open that document.
Is that the latest document?
Yeah, this is the latest document I downloaded yesterday. That's why it took time to share this one. Whatever BPC 440, 450, I used to share it earlier. That is not the latest one. This is column 10. See, course version 10. This is the latest one. Yeah. So, in this, whatever we discussed, all those points are there. You just go through this one. Here they have given how to create ADSOs for planning and composite providers for planning. That information they have given. Create composite providers for planning. We created earlier, right? Those things are there. We need to complete this local provider, managing local data, these things. I'm just checking, is there anything, yeah, using the ABAP managed database procedure. Yeah.
So this 450 is only for BPC 11, whereas the other one was for the older version?
See, this is still, at that time they released this document, it is on BPC 10.1 only. The BPC screens, whatever you see in this, that will be BPC 10.1 only. BPC 11 documents are not released yet. They will release their documents. When they release, I will share those. Currently, they don't have released anything. BPC 11 embedded consolidation, even BPC 11 standard, they have not released any document.
But is this identical to what you're teaching in BPC 11?
Yeah. This is identical. Only BPC screens will change. 11 screen change will be there. Only UX change. BPC 10.1, BPC 11, what is the difference? The UX. The look and feel. That's it. Functionality wise, configuration wise, both are same. Nothing changed. Now, ABAP managed database procedures. You can see a topic here under unit 3. Okay, let's go to 240. This is 247, 247 plus 10 pages, 257. In 257, we can see this topic. Yeah. So if you see this screen, they explain that, describe the planning application kit, and this we know. Logic, constants, plan version, DEX query, all these things. This we can in-memory database calculation, all these things are okay. All technical things are there. This is what I wanted to have. So, whatever this color, what is this soft color, whatever color you say, this blue color is AMDP specific. So, you need to define the table type, classes and procedures. The class will generate the procedure. And this class is linked to function type. And function type is called by clarifier. This one. Right. So remaining this real-time aggregation level, these are all okay.
So Kiran, a question.
Yeah.
So when we write AMDP, are we going to write a procedure in SQL over here?
In the class. In the class, you can write SQL procedure.
Yeah, because I often get confused with AMDP because right now in BW 7.5 we can write expert routines using AMDPs in which I clearly write SQL.
Yeah, the same SQL here you can write. Yeah, I'll show you. There is a place they are giving the coding. This procedure is in HANA.
Mm-hmm.
There is a place where in this particular class you can call that procedure. Here in this you can call the procedure, my procedure, and you can write the procedure. See, here is actually, I will show you in the system. Here you have the procedure. It's in the class only. In the one of the method we have to define it.
Mm-hmm. So it's all SQL.
Yeah. See, he is saying HANA SQL consoles this thing is doing here in this particular class building. Okay. So let's go there. So we have an exercise. What they did for the AMDP, this is not mandatory for the functional guide, but it is necessary to know how this BMDP should be written. You should be technically sound to write this AMDP. As a BPC consultant, for you, it's not mandatory to write, but you should be able to tell the person, technical person, that this is how they can write. Now, in the course, they have given one example. What is that example? 2017 data they want to copy to 2018, or 2016 data they want to copy to 2017. So how can they copy 2017 data to 2018? It is, for example, you might ask me, copy function is already there, why are you writing? If the copy function is written by you, right, how can you use AMDP concepts to write that particular copy function? Even copy function, I can write it via box formula. That is not the case here. They have taken example as copy, but they are explaining total AMDP procedures, how the AMDP happens. Web Manager Database Procedures. So we will create a real-time info queue, we will create an aggregation level for the calculation, and we will create some HANA tables. In the HANA tables, we will store actual data. The actual data can come also from each system. So we will create a stored procedure and ABAP class. And in the ABAP class, when I am creating the ABAP class, what code should be written in the ABAP class? In the ABAP class, you have to write a code that you can copy the existing code. They have given an option. You can go to a program where you will get the existing code which SAP has written. You can copy that existing code and you can paste it to the new ABAP class and you can change the code. Only you have to change the procedure. What procedure you want to write, just you need to write the procedure. Remaining classes, methods, both there are some methods, 4 or 5 methods to be added in that particular program. Those all 4 methods will be copied from the existing program. Everything is done. Yeah. Right. So I will tell you how this ABAP Manager Database Procedures can be executed in the system. I will show you where to write these classes, how these classes are linked to planning function type, how the planning function type links to planning function, how can you execute this particular planning function, that I will here explain. Next thing, how to create a ADSO. Let's say you want to create an ADSO. Let's say for planning, we are creating ADSOs, right? So in these exercises, you have how to create ADSO. It's documented here. Create ADSO for plan 113. So 113 plus, when you see document number 113, you add 113 plus 11. So let's say 113 plus 11, 113, 123, 124. Just give 124 here. I think my expectation is that. Yeah, create ADSO. So the exercise starts from 124 page. Here you can just check and you can connect to create an advanced data store object. They have clearly mentioned how to go for that. This screen might not be there, right, if you are using BPC 11, but if you are using BW 7.5 and BW 10.1, you see this. That's okay. It's BWs. Next, what else I want to tell? I want to tell one more point here. characteristic relationship, AMDP. Then what else we need to discuss? Right. I don't want to waste the time. So we understood the concept of AMDP. We understood the characteristic relationship. What is the for the transaction letter we can define this characteristic relationship. We will repeat the session tomorrow. The same session we will repeat tomorrow. Day 22. This is India. 24th. USA. 23rd. Let's repeat the session tomorrow. We will use the same meeting request, this one. I think it's okay for sharing and audio. You feel any difficulty using this tool? It's okay, right? We can connect tomorrow. Or else I will go for GoToMeeting.
Fine.
Yeah.
Maximize the screen.
Maximize the screen. How to maximize the screen?
If you maximize, then that will be
Oh, okay. You are saying if I maximize my PPT.
can you will you be able to type whatever you want?
Okay. Tomorrow 25th, sorry. One. Tomorrow is 25th.
It's okay, it's fine.
Yeah. So, we cannot maximize the screen instead. Correct. There should be an option to maximize, right? So, let's say what is this? I will check how to maximize the screen. Somewhere it should be there, right? Otherwise, how can we, without...
Corinne, right now you're at 86%. You just need to increase it.
It's 100% in the town. In the town.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, now it's much better.
Okay. If I put it in the slideshow, how it is looking? It's okay.
To be able to edit.
Okay, we cannot edit. Yeah. Okay. So tomorrow we'll connect with the same meeting request. Right? We will take this meeting request only till we end the session. Okay. We'll meet again.
Yeah, okay. Corinne, I sent you an email regarding, I need some verbiage for BBC 11 or BBC Embedded.
Can you check this document and can you add that words? Now,
okay.
I sent
From-
BPC 450, right? So
Okay,
you
okay.
add composite provider, ADS was from there.
Okay.
You
All right, perfect.
just prepare something and send me, then I can edit.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Even I'm not using servers now, so I'll be using after first week now.
You inform them, you just tell them whether it is possible or not. Yeah. And whatever days the system is down, you just ask them, add those days. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ending them. Felix, you did not get. Yeah, I'll send, Felix. I thought I have already shared it with you.
Yeah. Thank
I'll
you.
send it. Yeah, I'm ending the meeting. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good night.